What's going on, everybody? It's Monkey Farm, and we are here in my Create Mod live stream world that I play on in all of my live streams. And I'm going to go over something, just something I get a lot of questions about. And it's kind of like, how do you either speed up your machines or balance the power so they don't get overstressed? Basically, if you have a machine rotating too quickly, you can't power a lot of machines with it, but if you slow it down, it can power a lot more machines. I hope that made sense. I'll show you a little bit more in the test world we're going to, but actually the reason we're here in my live stream world is I am going to be kind of converting my little mob farm up here, which is an exploit mob farm. Basically, this is like a windmill, and the floors start rotating and they become invisible and let the mobs fall down. But the problem is I want Enderman to spawn here, so I had to take out the water right here behind me, and I want to add fans at a really high speed because I need to push them way back into, can I see way back into the corner? Yeah, I don't know if you can see. There's a little drop-off canal there, and I need the mobs to get pushed all the way into the back where that canal is, and then push them into the drop-off, which goes down there to the XP part of the farm down there. Yeah, so basically I'm going to need a whole lot of fans, and I need them going at high speed. So it's going to be really easy to basically overstress this machine. So I'm going to kind of like give you tips on how to basically deal with that, like balancing the speed versus adding machines and not overstressing stuff. So it's kind of like a random video, but it's something I get a lot of questions about. And obviously here's a real life example of how these things, how we deal with these things. So we'll show you that. And by the way, if you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. That would greatly help out the channel as always. And of course, check out my live streams over on Twitch, because I'm going to be finishing up the mob farm conversion and actually expanding it out like double the size too. Yeah, so let's head over to the test world and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, we're here in a test world. So I wanted to first of all show you a difference in fans with packed ice or without packed ice, and I'll just tell you there's not really actually a difference. So it's pushing me kind of slowly, but it's going to push me about 20 blocks out this direction. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21 blocks actually. And then with the packed ice, you'll see we go a lot faster and we kind of slide 2 extra blocks. So we do get a little bit of distance out of it, but it might not be worth worrying about, because the mobs, even though it's going to push them slower over on this side, ultimately they're still going to get pushed 20 blocks. And my mob spawner that I just showed you a second ago only needs to push them out, I think, 16 blocks, because both of those little platforms are 8 blocks each. I'm actually going to lower the back half of that platform on the mob spawner, just so you know. It's going to be one flat platform, but we need to push them 16 blocks, and then we're going to use fans to do that. Now, what the plan is here is to have a bunch of fans all lined up, and we need them going full speed or pretty close to it, because we need to push them almost 20 blocks, you know, so 16 blocks. And the way I plan to do that, and I just built my first one in survival of this, the rotation speed controller. This basically allows us to take any power source or spinning power source, you know, windmill or whatever, and adjust the speed however fast or slow we want it, or change it to negative spinning. That's going to save us a lot of effort, because if you remember, trying to remember here or show you, the other way to speed up a spinning rotation is to convert a large cog to a small cog, right? If this is spinning, 360 degrees of this is going to be like several turns of this, probably 4. I don't know what the actual circumference, size difference of these is. But anyway, so in other words, the small cog is going to spin a lot faster, and then you just keep on basically repeating that process. So now this is spinning faster. So you make the big cog go faster, then that makes this go way faster. The problem, and I'll show you real quick, I have a clutch on this. Oops, it's already, so I have 1 fan motor here, and I have 4 fans here. Let me take my goggles off, just because they're blocking the screen. So it's overstressed, so the whole machine cannot handle this power. Now, I would either have to put a windmill on here with much more power, but if I want to do it kind of efficiently and not have to build a big bunch of stuff, okay, there we go. So 1 fan motor at full speed with the rotation speed controller can power 2 fans. So I think my floor is like 11 blocks. So I'm going to need something like 11 fans. So if I put another one, we're screwed, right? So I can keep adding a bunch of fan motors into this contraption. This is an encased belt. So I'm going to make a row of these. So any motors I attach into this little system, those are all going to join and power this rotational speed controller right here. So let's see if I add another one. That one is obviously still overpowered or overstressed. And a magma cube, and then I need a lever. Get rid of these cogs. All right. Okay, we're good. So now we can power 4 fans, right? So now basically I need to power all of these. I think that's about the correct number. So I'm basically just going to add a bunch more fan motors in here. And this is really like a pretty cheap way. Fans are pretty not expensive. Gearboxes aren't that expensive. Considering the alternative, like building a huge windmill. The problem with the windmills is that they sometimes shut off and disappear and stuff like that. I think some of that might be fixed, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, let's see. Did I switch this off? Are we... Okay, so we're still overstressed with 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, so obviously I'm going to need 1 more. All right, so we've got 6 fan motors plugged into this. Okay, so that is going to pretend I'm on the ground here, but we'll pretend there's blocks underneath us. But we're 2 blocks high, and this is going to push all those mobs off really quick off the platform into that little canal. And then, of course, I'm going to have to add 2 more fans down in that canal once they fall down, right? Because I can't have any water going anywhere or the Enderman will teleport away. So what I'm going to have to do here is basically add another one of these just to power those 2 extra fans. So we'll add more power to the system here. And we're going full speed. So now basically just to connect that, I can connect this really in any way I need to. Let's go ahead and throw some... Let's get another gearbox here. So, let's just go ahead and do something like this. Wait. So I'm going to put 2 encased belts there, put some fans on them, and then put a gearbox here, and that should turn both of these like that. All right, so basically what's going to happen is those mobs, they're going to drop down, they're going to push off the platform into that little other canal, and then the fans are going to be lower, and those are going to push the mobs down, and then they're going to fall down the hole, which is, you know, at the end. So that is what I'm going to kind of do in my mob spawner. Now, if I turn this down, I don't need as much power here. So I can, like, look, I can turn off a lot of these motors. All right, let's see. How many do I even need? One fan motor can power all of these fans if they're rotating really slowly. See, the problem is, if they're rotating really slowly, they're not going to push the mobs very far. So, let's see how much one fan can handle. One fan motor. We're up to 32, we're up to 64. Not bad. Yeah, I figured 64 was max. Oh, and it broke. Wow, okay. So I need to replace that. So that's not good. We don't want this thing breaking. So let's go ahead and turn on like 3 of these. Let's see, 96. It's probably going to go up to what, like, let's see, 128 would be 2. So yeah, that's too much, and it's probably going to break again. Nope. Okay, we're good. All right, so anyway, that's kind of like how you deal with an overstressed machine. Either you need to slow it down, because then it can handle powering more machines. They're just going to move really slowly. Or if you want them to move really fastly or quickly, you need to add more power into the system, right? So it's like, it's a balance between how fast you want it spinning and how much power you have powering the machine, right? And power, by power, I mean like how many fans, or in a windmill's case, it would be like how much wool you have on the windmill, which makes it, you know, makes it able to spin faster. That kind of thing. So anyway, I don't know if this was like a specific video, but anyway, I hope it kind of helps you understand, like, well, first, the rotational speed controller, how useful it is, because obviously it's expensive, though, requires a lot of brass. But then, you know, if you need to do something with a lot of machines on it, like how you can kind of balance the speed and the power, I don't know. So that is that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoy it, and make sure you show up and hang out at my live streams. I'm going to be building my next live stream in survival, and we're going to fix up the mob spawner, or the mob farm, and get endermen spawning in there. So that will be pretty awesome. And then if we have ender pearls, we can probably go to the end and fight the dragon. So yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.